Reapers Underground. We hope you survive.
Yes, we are back on Thursday night, Reapers Underground. My demons, my demons. Good to be back. And this is such an exciting time. Summertime always is, because it seems like all of the great indie films start getting released all the way up to Halloween. So I have with me the great Daryl Hook, the mastermind behind Stoner Snake. Hopefully I said that right.
It's just Stoner Snake. The S is just because it's kind of an homage to from 1972.
Yes. Oh, shit. I was even going to bring that up once we got going and talking about it. So, yeah, we are here to discuss Stoner Snake and, man, just all things horror.
Absolutely.
So this is the time to share this out. Anywhere and everywhere there is a indie horror fan in general out there. Wake up your mom, your grandma, your auntie. I don't even care if they're in the ground. Wake them up, get them up, do the ritual. Bring them up to life so that you guys can be checking out Daryl, who is with us tonight. So before we get into all this madness, we're going to take a quick commercial break to our brother over at Horror Struck Hot Sauce. Hotter than hell. Check it out. Y'all know what the fuck to do. It's summertime. That means barbecue season. And if you love hot sauce and you have professed your undying devotion to horror, make sure you get over to horrorstruckhotsauce.com. Check out all the new flavors, including some of the ones you already love. That's right, horrorstruckhotsauce.com. All right, man. So we finally made this happen between allergies and internet issues. We made it. We're here. So how are you doing tonight, brother?
I am a little tired, but I'm outstanding.
Hell yeah. I feel that, man. I'm about to turn 49 this year, and I already feel it. And I work 12-hour shifts Monday through Wednesday every week. So
can't do that anymore. My body says fuck that.
I feel it. But man, I can remember the first time I saw anything about Stoner Snake, and I don't know, I get chills. It's kind of like when I saw the Killer Cox poster for the first time. Yes. I said, this is gonna be something. It's gonna be chaos personified. It's gonna be crazy. This is my type of madness, and I just knew that I somehow wanted to be a part of it. I didn't know how, so I started advertising it and talking about it on my shows and stuff. So the fact that here we are today, man, that just makes me I'm so honored and so excited to see this film as well, because it's been so fun. So this is also a very unique film as well, because I don't know, would you say that 50% of it is shot live and the rest remote?
It's probably about 50-50, about 50% remote and 50% live. And that was like mostly due to budget. I'd have loved to have brought everybody in and just filmed live, but when your whole budget is less than $4,000, some of these people are expensive. Flying everybody out and putting them up in hotels is very expensive.
Oh man, but and then there's some diehard people that are kind of like this. maybe they'll take care of their travel. Just be, I don't know. That's how I am. I'll take care of my travel, and I say, hey, if you have a floor that I can sleep on, that's almost better than most hotel beds anyway.
That's not untrue. Yeah.
Because people, I mean, come on, the economy right now, especially for indie filmmakers, it's gotta hurt because you have to go through the funding process. But one of the coolest things I thought was when Your Indiegogo went live, everybody jumped on it. What did that surprise you as well?
Oh, that would, like, especially with this being my first film, and people really, like, I've been active in the horror community for years.
Right.
And I've supported a lot of projects.
Yes, you have.
But for them to, like, for people I've never even interacted with, people I have no idea who the hell they are, to just jump on. Like, I had $1,000 perk and that was bought within 3 hours.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Yeah. And I wasn't even thinking about $1,000 perk, but my buddy that helped me, like, I don't want to say he helped me set it up, but he gave me a lot of advice. I don't know if you know Addison Bennick or not.
Sounds familiar.
He did the Psycho 8 movies.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah. He's the one, like, basically walked me through setting it up, and he's like, throw $1,000 perk in there. He's like, if no one buys it, it's not like you're losing anything.
No.
So I threw tons of extras in there. They get like 2 different copies of the movie. They get the poster. They get one of the screen use snakes. Their name is going to be the first thing you see in the movie. So, like, they get a bunch of stuff.
Yeah. I mean, and who doesn't want those awesome? I mean, that's some of the best perks I've seen yet. Yeah. I mean, not to take anything away from other indie perks and stuff like that for different films, but yours, I just thought were so creative. So major fucking props. So let's take it back. What kind of got you, real quick though, before I ask that question, people are just pouring in over here on the comment section. Good evening, Mortimer, Achilles, Lizzie, Clint Myers. Hey, what's going on there? I was just talking to
Clint yesterday.
Hell yeah. Representing the race properly. Absolutely. I absolutely agree with that. Achilles all the way from Scotland. Love you, brother. And Mortimer here says, you had me, if I can get to it. Where is it? Where'd you go? There we go. It says, it had me at Stoner. So, it's so wonderful that the nice little flower could bring us all together. Yeah. I know it did for me. But so when did your romance with horror start? Was it pretty? Everyone's story is different. Some people, it's like when they were real little. Some people came to it later in life.
It was when I was super little.
Wow.
I want to say like 5-ish.
Nice.
I was staying with my grandma. Well, not saying, like, I spent that night at my grandma's house. And she was watching, I like, to this day, I could not tell you what it was, but it was one of the old black and white, like, 50s shitty sci-fi horror monster movies.
Like Plan 9 or
I mean, it wasn't Plan 9. I definitely remember that, but it was something along those lines, something like really shitty that maybe Ed Wood would have made, or something from that era.
Mm-hmm.
Something along it was something, it was not them, but it was something along the lines of them.
Right. Okay. Awesome. And then from there, like, that was kind of like your catapult into what was about to happen.
Then from there, we got cable when I was like 7. And this was like, you're old like me. This is the early days of cable.
Oh, yeah.
A couple of movie channels, and they played the same movies all day. So I fell in love with, it was Poltergeist, Jaws 3, and Halloween 3.
Ah, okay. Nice.
Because those just played on repeat all day.
Right. If it wasn't that, it was Texas Chainsaw, or even the original Friday the 13th, original Halloween. Yeah. It's like when regular TV was still happening, you would get the edited for television version on Friday nights. which is how I started my passion with horror, because my mom showed me the first Halloween. I love the fact that you said Halloween 3, because that is the Season of the Witch is like one of the most hated ones of the franchise. But there is quite a few folks that are still backing that, stand behind that film all day long.
I have a Halloween 3 group. I have a Halloween 3 group on Facebook. That's how much I love that movie.
It's all dedicated to it.
Yes.
Love it. What were some of the aspects of that film you dug? Besides phenomenal cast.
Besides the fact that, like, for me, it was my first Halloween movie. I saw it long before I saw John Carpenter's Halloween.
Gotcha.
It was just like this crazy old man killing this fucking kid by making fucking snakes and bugs come out of his head.
Man. Yeah.
And then,
that's for sure.
You know, you got Tom Atkins going around romancing all the ladies.
Didn't he get them all? He literally got them all in every
even
film.
Fucked a robot.
I mean, that takes guts right there.
Yeah.
Maybe that's where the robot mates that are being made in Japan idea came from.
Could be. We'll never know, but it could be.
It's like, thank you, Tom. We appreciate it. You made it look like it was fun.
Right. Even if you didn't know.
Hell yeah. Let's see here. Lizzie says Halloween 3 is hands down my favorite. Awesome.
I agree, because I think it's like Halloween could have taken place on any day. And it would still be the same movie, realistically. Aside from the fact that there's kids trick-or-treating, it would be the same movie. Halloween 3, like, Halloween is the crux of the entire thing. It is the most Halloween movie.
Oh, yeah, definitely, focuses more on Halloween itself rather than, this tragedy happened. And now we have a crazy supernatural serial killer that, comes back 10 years later to try to kill off who we didn't get last time. But would you say that having seen that one first, it kind of didn't, everyone kind of got pigeonholed once they saw Michael, then they discovered Leatherface, then, with Jason and all of that. Would you say that didn't kind of like pigeonhole you into the slasher?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely didn't pigeonhole me into, it sucks because it doesn't have Michael Myers. I viewed it, again, that was the first Halloween movie I ever saw. I was like 7 years old. To me, it was just this really cool movie.
Nice. Absolutely. And there were so many great other films too. Did you ever get into like any Hammer horror? Like anything from Dracula, Frankenstein, that type of stuff?
I mean, I grew up on also the Universal stuff, but I didn't really grow up on Hammer. I didn't discover Hammer until I was in like my late 20s or early 30s.
Ooh, wow. Okay, but you still came to that wonderful production company at the end of the day. That's all that counts. I don't know. For me, it was like, Superhost on a Saturday after cartoons went off, at noon, he's showing Dracula has risen from his grave. And I'm like, ooh, what's this? And that's kind of how I discovered that. But
see, I grew up in Southern California, so we actually had Elvira before she was as big as she is now. Yeah, we had Elvira, Southern California. We had Elvira's the movie Macabre Theater.
Right. Fucking
so she would show all those like really shitty movies, like The Thing with Two Heads and stuff like that.
Yep.
And I think that's how I also developed my love of B movies.
Yes.
Because even though my dad doesn't watch horror movies, he'll fucking watch Elvira.
That's there's no better education than that right there.
Yeah.
So what kind of did the idea of writing your own story come first for you, or was it more along the lines of like acting?
So this is a funny story, how I ended up being a filmmaker. I'd always wanted to be involved with movies somehow. Like my cousin and I used to make really shitty low budget movies whenever we were teenagers. It's all lost media now, but you borrow your parents' VHS camera and you make a movie. Even though it's really just a collection of scenes because we didn't write a script. But the way I became a filmmaker is, and I promise it's a fucking wild story. So right after Cocaine Bear came out and was a really big success, there started being all these like movies that were obviously inspired, like Cocaine Cougar and Attack of the Meth Gator and Crackoon. So one of my friends and I at work, his name's Corey, we were joking about drug-fueled animal movies.
Yep.
And he said, Stoner Snake. And I said, I'm going to make that fucking movie. And now I'm a filmmaker.
That is fucking awesome. I agree, Clint. He said, who needs a script? Nobody does. Just improvise.
I mean, yeah, even with the script, like just like I told you when I sent you the script, I said, it's a base. Use, as long as the story gets where it needs to go, feel free to improvise.
Hell yeah. I think it's such a wonderful art. And a lot of people probably don't realize just how many staple films kind of had that, where they gave the actors and actresses a little bit of free reign, I would say. So let's see. What's up, Nate? He says, Freddy Krueger was the first to scare me, never Jason or Michael. Yeah, there was something kind of special about Freddy. He wasn't your typical slash and hack guy.
I think it's the fact that, a lot of us, when we watched him, we were kids and he was a child killer.
Yep, definitely made you look under the bed, make sure your closet door's closed, peering out into the darkness. I think that's when, night lights started becoming a thing.
Yeah.
Because we would watch those movies and, the 80s was huge with horror. That was like the heyday of horror. So everybody was into it. Now all of a sudden there's fucking night lights everywhere.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. But and that's kind of funny because the first film I ever acted in was also kind of predicated on a joke like, hey, what if somebody made a movie about, zombies that are created by eating infected corn, and now you have
Attack of the Corn Zombies.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I remember telling S.J. Herman, the director, after we shot it, I was like, dude, you don't realize just how much of a hit you have on your hands.
Now that movie's got terror cards and everything.
Yup. And Return of the Corn Zombies, by the way, everybody out there in the Black Flame universe, coming out soon. Which if you check me out at some of the cons this summer, I should have some copies for you. But yeah, so I think, and that's why I refer to Stoner Snake as an instant cult classic. I think this has cult classic vibes.
It is wild to me how much interest this stupid movie has. And I say
You're
stupid
so
because
humble about it.
No,
I love it.
I say stupid because I made it to be a tribute to the stupid movies that I love. Like this movie makes I personally have no interest in making like an A24 quality movie.
Right.
I want to make the shit that Wild Eye is like, this is too bad even for us.
Oh man. And there's a kind of a romance there. It's very, people really get into as silly as it can get. With like lots of gore, lots of blood. You throw in, some characters that are basically stupid or doing something stupid, and they love it. I mean, Evil Dead, once they figured out that the comedy of Bruce Campbell literally was about to take that franchise into the next level. So I remember movies like Attack of the Killer Tomatoes and, of course, Toxic Avenger. I mean, those films were fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, why make it serious? But I wonder why you chose a snake, though. Is it because no one's ever really tackled that? Or
I mean, like I said, Corey said Stoner Snake, and I said, I'm going to make that fucking movie because I know I can find some snake puppets. And like, before I had an actual like good snake puppet made, it was exactly what I sent you, fucking kids puppets.
I mean, oh well, who doesn't like the Muppets?
Yeah. Again, this movie does not take itself seriously at all. He changes what he looks like from scene to scene. Sometimes he changes what he looks like in the same scene because it's ridiculous.
Absolutely, and that's kind of the point. It keeps you guessing, and it's something fresh every different scene.
Yeah.
You just, like you said, it's full of surprises. You never know what you're gonna get.
I have done my best to make it. I mean, yes, obviously this movie's got references to other movies. It's obviously inspired by the success of Cocaine Bear, but I've done my best to make this movie unlike anything you've ever seen.
And why not make animals, or well, in this case, a serpent, get stoned.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like it's going to be the new Cheech and Chong, only horror style. Oh man, what were some of the challenges that you saw?
So
since this being your first feature,
100% the biggest challenge being in the I don't want to say the middle of nowhere in Michigan, but being in a relatively small town in Michigan that no one ever makes movies at it was actually hard to find actors.
No shit.
Yeah, I posted in the local Facebook group that's essentially like what's going on in Battle Creek. That's not the name of it, but it's that type of group. What's going on here?
Sure.
I asked the admin if I could post a casting call. They're like, yeah, absolutely. And every comment was either scam or this is how you end up on To Catch a Predator.
My goodness.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's running up to be on that show.
No.
I mean, unless they're like, sure, just lock me up.
Right.
I want to experience
I'm gross.
it.
Lock
No,
me
you
up.
don't.
I'm gross and I'm tired of it. Lock me up.
Right. Well, I mean, how did people just start reaching out to you?
So the guy that did our theme song, Enoch Ex Mortis, he actually reached out to people that he knew, and that's actually how we got most of the people that are local and are in the movie.
Nice. Very
cool. He's been like, this movie literally wouldn't have ever gotten off the ground if it wasn't for him.
All right. Well, we totally appreciate you for doing that.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, it's too good of an idea. And for as much buzz that there was, on Facebook especially, I figured that people were just left and right jumping at it. And you ended up getting quite a few amazing cast people for it. Not just myself. But
just the amount of names I got is wild.
Yeah, because, I mean, we got some serious heavy hitters, if I can bring it up. There we go. You got Mel Heflin. Let's see, Rudy Ledbetter, Clint Beaver, which is a good friend, Steve Rudzinski, if I can always say that correctly. Just a lot of great people.
Yeah.
So how did that come about with some of the bigger name actors in the indie scene?
I mean, like, as soon as I said that I was looking for people to do, as soon as I said I was looking for a host, I had someone reach out to me that unfortunately, like, at the time I hadn't raised a dime, and I was like, I would love to have you, but between your rate and the fact that I have to pay for your travel and you can't do it remote, I was like, unfortunately, I'd love to have you, but I can't do it. And then just like when I was looking for voice roles, people started just flooding in. They're like, a lot of people cut me really good deals because it was my first and
nice.
And it was super low budget. A lot of people cut me really good deals. I'm not going to like throw their names and what they charged out there, of course, but a lot of people cut me some really good deals. Like one person said, buy 2 of my movies and I'll do a voice role for you.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's like the best deal of the century right there.
Yeah, because I get 2 movies to enjoy and you're in my movie now.
Hell yeah, exactly. Like I said, I think there's just something, that really draws people into this. What was a lot of their reactions once you showed them the script?
They pretty much the universal reaction is, this looks like a lot of fun.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, I've got I've got two characters that argue back and forth about shitty Amityville movies.
Oh my goodness! And
Yeah,
there's a billion of them.
Yeah, and like no, the real joke of it is one of them talks about how the worst one ever made is Amityville Vibrator. But the one
I haven't
saying
even
that,
heard of that one.
but the one saying that is the director of Amityville Vibrator.
Oh my goodness! I almost think that you have to have that kind of sense of humor. Like, yeah, this is, if you want to see something really terrible, forget Sharknado.
Mm-hmm.
Check out Amityville Vibrator.
Yeah,
That's a great sell because I think the talent is in the title.
Yeah.
I think a lot of what the allure is to this film and films like that is just the title. They're like, oh man, it's like no preconceptions. They know it's going to be terrible, but we can all get fucked up and watch a hilarious film, and doing that is going to make it even more fun.
Yep. My whole thing is I want to make movies where you smoke up or you have some alcoholic beverages and you watch it with a group of friends and just laugh your ass off. That's what I want to make.
Nothing wrong with that. And what kind of made you go with that philosophy? Was it like, what's the point in trying to scare people? Let's just make them laugh.
I mean, I'm the kind of person that nothing really scares me because I've seen it all.
Oh, well, yeah.
I mean, I've been watching horror movies for basically 45 years. Nothing scares me anymore.
Completely desensitized.
Completely desensitized. But I love to watch bad horror movies that make me laugh.
Oh, yeah.
So that's what I want to watch. I want to make movies like House Shark and Ghost Shark and Psycho Ape and just Carousel and other stuff that just, it's fucking stupid and I love it.
Oh, man. And there's nothing wrong with that. And there's clearly a market for that.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Do you think that it will cross over kind of like Cocaine Bear did? Because that film, when it came out, you would have figured anyone that was a fan of something that you think is going to be ridiculously stupid is definitely going to love it. But it ended up reaching beyond that. Do you think it will happen with Stoner Snake as well?
I don't think it's going to happen with Stoner Snake because with Cocaine Bear, you had it was Ray Liotta's last movie. And I think that brought a lot of Ray Liotta fans in. And then you had a lot of people just watching it because they were curious. But then also, that had a legit, nationwide theatrical release. For this, obviously, that's never going to happen.
But there is a new trend that is starting to happen. I don't know if you've picked up on this, but some people are doing showings at drive-ins.
Mm-hmm.
Whichever ones remain. Apparently, there are still some out there.
I know the city I lived in California still has theirs to this day.
Isn't that something?
Yeah.
There was something magical about going to a drive-in to see a film. Didn't matter what the fuck it was. That's how I saw E.T. When E.T. first came out when I was a kid.
Same.
Oh my goodness.
My parents were against walk-in theaters. So it was always drive-ins whenever I was growing up.
Yeah, I mean, you got to, everybody out there in the Black Flame universe, no matter how young or old you are, there was definitely something magical about drive-ins all the way back to the black and whites in the 50s when, you could go and see any sci-fi, Universal Monsters. You could see all that stuff. And it's like you're under the stars. It's dark out, it was a great thing to take a date to. Because, I mean, well, it's a lot easier to fool around in your car than it is
the
the
movie
theater.
Sucked, then get sucked.
Exactly right. Oh, goodness gracious. Hello, Kyler. What's going on? Clint says, I missed out on trying to be a sleazy lawyer, but Bone is going to be great. Yeah, I just saw that earlier today. How did that come about?
So Stoner Snake is actually a movie inside of a TV show called Trash Can Theater.
Nice.
And it's got legit commercial breaks. and most of the commercial breaks are going to have like a trailer either for a movie that doesn't exist yet, or some people have sent trailers to show.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to have each commercial break will have a trailer and a commercial for a business that doesn't exist.
Nice.
So I was looking for someone to play like just a sleazy ambulance chaser lawyer. Put out a casting call for that, and Bone was the first one that said, "I'll do it." So
he's like, fuck it, I'm in.
Yep.
That's pretty much how I was.
I messaged him, told him what the idea was. He's like, "I'm in." I told him, "Okay, I'll get you a script tomorrow." And then I sat down, banged out a script in like 10 minutes because it was only like a 30 to 45 second scene.
Damn.
So I banged the script out in 10 minutes, and the sent was like, "You know what? I've got it for you right now."
Oh, here's a great idea from one of our longtime viewers here at Reapers Underground. Skull says, still want a horror movie based around a killer who fails to kill his victims and his victims just die for other reasons, like an accident or a murder by another killer. I think that would probably make a good comedy.
That was kind of done in Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
It kind of, yeah. Although,
the college kids kept trying to kill them and accidentally dying instead.
Right. I think he wants it to be like this guy is like a serial killer, and he fails at trying to kill them, and they just end up dying for other reasons.
Yeah, that's pretty clever.
That's a pretty cool idea. You never know, Kyler. Somebody might make that.
Yep.
Hell yeah, just totally well received. I know for me, and I don't know why some actors and actresses are kind of like put off by the remote idea. Honestly, iPhone has just an amazing camera.
Yep.
And it's clear. It's obviously 4K HD, all that stuff, whatever it's called these days. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I fuck the jargon. I still like the grainy, gritty look of the 80s films and the 90s films. I loved those flavors, but yeah, I mean, I think it's very easy as long as you got somebody who's competent to man the phone for you. Mm-hmm. It's got a great microphone as well with noise gates, all that shit. Maybe it's location, but believe it or not, as you can see, my crypt here is just horror and supernatural and all kinds of stuff.
Right.
So I feel like I have 3 or 4 sets in my house that I can, kind of dress up, a certain way. So how did you approach people with the remote aspect?
I just, I don't want to give away like what any of the locations are, obviously, but
no, of course.
Most people just filmed in their house, except for there's a newscast that's filmed outside of what looks like it's probably a mobile home park.
Hell yeah. That's going to be fantastic.
Yeah. And that scene is hilarious. Like the people that was a scene that Matt Burns was in charge of putting together. And man, he did such a good job of like the people all play the roles to just perfection.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. Everyone has done a fantastic job.
Yeah.
So have you begun the post-production?
I mean, I've been trying as much as I can to edit as I go.
Do you feel like that's basically once time?
I think it has saved me a lot of time because for the most part now I'm just going to have to do the sound design and the score. There's a couple of there's one scene I did where my overly ambitious ass wrote a scene with 4 puppets interacting with each other.
Oh shit.
And it's all on green screen, and I was the puppeteer for each one, so I had to do it in 4 layers, and I haven't even attempted to put that together yet because I'm afraid of how much I'm going to have to reshoot.
Oh no.
Yeah. So yeah, that's one thing I'm not looking forward to, but I'll make it work.
Awesome. Has it been a challenge, kind of going from the live shot footage to the remote? Do you find that process to be easy or difficult for
I
all
was
the people out there that might be trying to, shoot their own projects?
mhm. The only time I had any issue at all wasn't really that big of an issue. It's just one of the people, their creative take on what I sent them was they wanted to do shot on video.
Oh,
And the rest of the movie's shot on like either just like 1080p or 4K.
right.
So it's just like, how do I make this stuff that's shot on videotape blend in with everything else? So I came up with the idea of their footage, since it was just two scientists talking to the camera anyways, their footage is a video call.
Ah,
So at
I like that
when
idea.
when it's wrapping up, it literally goes to another character watching that footage on their phone, and then their scene begins.
Oh, okay. I can see how that'd be a little bit tricky.
Yeah.
Just in trying to make it look, the way that you hope it'll come out. But you're doing a hell of a job, man.
Well, thank you.
Oh yeah, big time. As a matter of fact, I myself have a table at Gross Fest this year, and I hope to see all you demons and addicts out there, along with Daryl here. I believe you're going as well.
I am going, yes. I don't know if I have a table because obviously the vendor tables are sold out. My
Right.
cousin will be there promoting his short called Grandma's Cookies with Eileen Dietz from The Exorcist.
Grandma's cookies.
Yeah.
That could be taken 1,000 different ways.
But yeah, he's promoting his short called Grandma's Cookies. He's gonna check with his manager and see if we can split the table.
Oh, that would be cool.
And if not, then I'll just be there supporting everybody.
Well,
Maybe
that
maybe handing out stickers while I'm at it.
you're more than welcome to do the same thing at my table, sir.
Well, I appreciate that because all I would be bringing is posters and stickers anyways. I wouldn't even take up much space.
There you go. Consider it done, my friend.
I appreciate you.
It's a pleasure and an honor. Because before I got into acting 3 years ago, it's hard to believe that I'm doing this 4 years later. That was what I built this show on. The reason I call it The Underground is because it's all about highlighting the best in art and underground entertainment, films, music, you name it, tattoo artists, sideshow performers, everything. I've had all kinds of people on the show. So, that's one thing that even now that I've got 33 different films and videos under my belt, I'm like, I'm still more about supporting everybody else's stuff, and not just my own. So, right. Yeah, that goes for any of you guys out there. And Clint, I will see you there as well. He's like, I can't wait.
Yeah, I cannot. I'm so excited.
Oh, it's going to be a fucking party. And then you got Tom and Tim.
Many...
Come on.
Yeah.
I'll sell you anything for $5.
Except for Jagoff Massacre. That's 10.
Right? That was one of the funniest things I ever heard him say. And the guy gets it every time. He says, I've actually sold people a movie that was theirs back to them. I'm like,
for $5.
For $5. Yeah. And it's the way he sells. He's like that ultimate used car salesman.
Yeah.
Clint knows what I'm talking about. $5. And he just stretches it out. And you almost just can't refuse, like, oh, I feel stupid if I don't give him $5. Here you go.
Right. It's only $5. It doesn't even matter.
You spend more on fucking what is it? The coffee shop, fucking Starbucks than you do this film right here. He'll throw shit in there like that too. I love those guys. So big shout out to Tom and Tim Gross and Gross Fest. It's gonna be a party to die for.
Also, Tom's in Stoner Snake.
And
he doesn't even know it.
Oh shit!
No, it's funny. He's in there because it's actually footage of another character watching Spirit Animal, which he's in.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic. Kyler says, shut up and take my money. Man, if everybody out there in the Black Flame universe, if you are ready for the best irreverent fucking comedy horror film of the year, Stoner Snake is definitely the film for you.
The Indiegogo is
without a
still
doubt.
open.
What's that now?
I said the Indiegogo is still open.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
There you go.
So you can go there or you can pre-order posters, copies of the movie. You can even just drop $7 and get your name in the credits.
Damn. How many
I promise you
Indiegogo
this.
campaigns can you see?
I have never seen a thank you credit for less than 10.
Right.
Which is exactly why I did it for 7.
I love that. I wish more. I know that a lot of other projects are very involved. They're a little bit more ambitious, so
Yeah.
they set the bar a little too high. And I'm like, well, if you really want to get people involved in your film, you've got to have something from $5 to $25 and make them good stuff. You know what I mean? You can do that. A little bit of swag here and there.
Yep.
People are used to, spending $20 on a t-shirt, posters, of course. And then, people like me will sign them for you. Daryl will sign them for you.
Yep.
Shit. You can't beat that because it's not about how much you spend. I mean, if you got it like that and you like you said, you actually had somebody drop $1,000 on a
Yep.
Unholy fuck. What a testament to people believing in what you do.
Yeah.
And what you're trying to create. So that's really cool. But man, if all you have is $5, drop it into the campaign, even if you can't get a perk, because that way you can say at the end of the day, I helped this project come to life. And to me, it was the most amazing thing when I started getting into the underground indie film scene, because directors like yourself care so much about who is, times are tough. People, money is just not as fruitful as it once was. So for somebody to drop anything into your project, you're always very, like I said, you're very gracious.
Always.
You won't get that. When
I get an email saying that someone put $7 in, I still, like to this day, even when someone drops $7 on it to get a thank you credit, I still get excited about that. And it's only $7. We're at the point now where like $7 won't even feed someone in the crew. But it's still it every little bit helps. Every
single bit. And at the end of the day, we want to make the best film possible.
Yes.
For all
the best bad movie I can for the money I got.
That you'll watch repeatedly every single weekend when it's time to get your stoner circle together or, whatever you got going on. But I think it's time. I think it's time to drop this brilliant teaser trailer that you have had out now for a few weeks. And if this doesn't lure you in, wait till you see my scene. That's all I have to say. It's fucking ridiculous. And I love it. And everybody else's brilliant scenes. Man, there is such a discussion out here. That's awesome. Everyone is saying they're looking forward to meeting you. A lot of the people in the comment section are going to Gross Fest. Nice. And Clint said he picked up his Blu-ray yesterday.
He sure did. Right after we got off from his podcast, I almost forgot to send him a link, and I swore to him I wouldn't. So I sent it to him like 30 minutes later. I was like, I swear I didn't forget.
Right.
But I sent him the link, and he basically immediately hopped on and grabbed himself a Blu-ray and a thank you credit. So I again thank him for that.
Hell yeah, we're gonna have to get like a Motley Crew photo at Gross Fest of all of us together, because
there's a lot of people in Stoner Snake that are at Gross Fest.
You see, that's exactly what I'm saying. It's gonna be one big party, man. I'm so excited. But it's time to show you guys the teaser trailer. And I just have to get this up. There we go. And we are sharing. Because sharing is caring. Check it out.
Indeed.
Hey, what's up, man? My name's Goldemar. I'm a spice trader from the planet Scumdogia. A while back, I crash landed on Terra 420, or as you call it, Earth. One day, a few weeks ago, I was minding my own business, and some dude blew weed smoke in my face. Did something to my DNA, and now I can change size, color, and even species. So that's pretty weird. But the craziest part of all this, I can't stop killing people.
This is a story about an alien stranded, fell from outer space and landed onto our planet. Came here with nothing but never leave empty-handed. Walking through the forest when suddenly it just happens. DNA spun from the smoke in his lungs. Birds with the blood, now he searched with his tongue. Rolling a blunt, make it work with no thumbs. Better grab your stash, watch your back, here he comes. He mutates out of the smoke, no joke. Fangs poke through the side of your throat. Reptilian, hear that tank control. Light it up, take a toke, hold it in, don't joke. He's insane and he's after brains and weed. He's a shapeshifter, well I mean basically he can take the shape of any snake he sees. Anaconda, black mamba, or Burmese. Guillemot, he's the stoner snake. Blow that smoke in his face and just watch him change. Guillemot, he's the stoner snake, an alien race who comes deep from outer space. Guillemot, he's the stoner snake. Blow that smoke in his face and just watch him change. Guillemot.
All right. Oh my goodness. Right there. That just I can't stop laughing every time. I think I've watched that teaser trailer a billion times.
You know, it's like I tell people, if you watch that trailer and you don't want to see the movie, you're definitely just not the target audience.
Right. I have to agree there.
Absolutely, it's not a movie for everybody, and I can freely admit that. But if you watch that trailer and you don't want to see that, it's just not for you.
Exactly right. My brother Mortimer says, absolutely great. Lizzie says, oh, wow, that looks like a fun movie. See,
Yep.
Your audience is my audience because,
That's
I mean,
perfect.
come on, I'm a painted up dead whore making you laugh week after week, people. That's why you show up. If I was all serious, you probably wouldn't dig me. But yeah, just excellent. And Clint Beaver's doing the voice of Golemar.
Yes, he is.
All right. Originally, I thought it was somebody else for some reason.
It was somebody else, and I mean, I'm not going to talk bad about them because I'm not even mad about it.
No.
Just for whatever reason, they blocked me on social media. Obviously, if I can't get a hold of you, I can't send you your lines and have you send me the voiceover back. So I had no choice but to recast. Like, I'm not even mad about it. I'm not hurt about it. I'm just kind of disappointed that that's how it went down. But Clint's great as well.
Oh yeah, Clint Beaver is a great dude. Love that guy. But you know, that's the one thing that does bother me sometimes about the indie industry is that there's so much. I don't know. There's a lot of politics, I guess you could say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
People always trying to step over folks. And I'm just like, aren't we all in this together? We are not, you know, at the Academy Awards. We're not going to have a walk of fame, you know, star on the ground in Hollywood. We're making films because we love it. We are passionate about it. And it's definitely not to get rich because, come on.
Oh, God, no.
Well, let's face it. I do it because it's been a lifelong dream. I spent 35 years as a touring heavy metal drummer. I did it to the max. I did every genre in metal that I wanted to do, you know, and as you get older, the knees and the back and, you know, other things happen, and it's time to try something different. So let's just support each other. And you can find Daryl on IMDb as well. So please get over there, give him a click. Now, I do this thing week after week, and a lot of my fellow actors and actresses do this as well, where we put our IMDbs up and say, hey, come check out what we're doing. And then we, in turn, will check out what you're doing and help boost more visibility on projects just like fucking Stoner Snake.
Yep.
So where else can the peoples find you?
They can find me on Facebook under my name. That's where I'm the most active, but you have to be careful. There's 2 accounts. One I'm not even remotely active on at all. I log in every once in a while just to make sure no one's messaged me thinking it's the new one, but I'm not on there at all. I abandoned that account at the end of like 2021 because I kept getting banned for 30 days because I have a big fucking mouth.
Hey, it's no secret. I mean, Facebook's been censoring me now for, this whole year has been crazy. They killed my original account that I had since 2013. Like 1,300 friends on there, killed it because they don't like what I do.
Right.
So I understand.
And then, you can if you go to my personal Instagram, I'm not active on there either, but you can follow Stoner Snake, spelled just like it is in the movie, Stoner Snake Movie with 5 S's at the beginning. You can follow the Instagram account. I am not as active on there as I should be. I don't post the updates like I should, but I do post some. And there's also a Stoner Snake Facebook group, which I think is Stoner Snake Movie Group.
Yes, correct. And you can definitely find that on Clint's page, my page, and a lot of everyone that's been involved with the film. Yeah. But definitely, you know where to find them now. There's no excuse out there, demons. Follow Stoner Snake. And let's make sure that you get something. There's so many very low-end perks that you can get for this film. So if you go on Indiegogo and type in Stoner Snake, it's going to pop up there. It's very easy to find. And I'll make sure to reflect that in future posts, both on Reapers Underground, my personal one, as well as Black Flame Entertainment, across all of that. So is it still targeted for Halloween of this year?
I would love to get it out sooner. As soon as I have it done and I've sent Eric Holmes, the guy that's the producer, the one that bought the $1,000 bird, he's the first one that gets to watch it. Once I know he's seen it.
Absolutely, he does.
Once he's seen it, then I will send out a digital copy to everyone that backed it, even though I never announced that I was going to do that. I'm just going to do it because I don't know when I'll be able to get physical copies done.
Kunaki.
I know Kunaki, but it's just a matter of like, I don't know how to make ISO files. Right. I don't know how to make the DVD and Blu-ray wraps. I have to get a hold of people to do that. I'm sure I'll have to pay them to do it, which is fine. I don't mind doing it, but between all that and then getting the file to Kunaki and all of that stuff, it could be past Halloween, and I don't want people to not be able to see it when I said Halloween.
Oh, for sure. Well, just remember, all of us here at Black Flame Entertainment, we are more than willing to help you out, no charge at all. We want this to come out and you be proud of it. All of us are proud of it, and everyone else is going to love it.
I've already told people, like, I don't care if people hate this movie. The first absolutely scathing review I get for the movie, I'm going to get tattooed on my forearm to remind me to do better.
I love it. Fan-fucking-tastic. And humble as hell, as usual, man. Thank you so much for taking the time to come on the show. Everybody out there in the Black Flame universe, you have been absolutely amazeballs. And all of the new people that have subscribed to Reapers Underground here on YouTube, thank you so much. Helping me with my fight against censorship. And for showing up for Daryl, because damn it, this film is going to be incredible. We love to laugh. We love to make you laugh, and this film will definitely do that. It's a feel-good film, full of all kinds of insane fuckery that is going on. So for everyone that has shown up here for you tonight and all the new folks that you have made fans of, what is your lasting message for them?
Just enjoy bad cinema. Don't take life too seriously. You're not going to get out of it alive. Sit down, have some fun, watch some bad movies, and laugh.
That's right. Absolutely. And never give up on your dreams. If somebody says, oh, that's stupid, who cares? Stupid is good sometimes, and we love that, and we want that.
And I'm 50 years old making my first movie, so it's never too late to start.
Nope. Or to act, for that matter.
Right.
You know, you just got to break those walls down, find the right project that fits you perfectly, and just go after it. Yep. And you kind of been teasing a little bit lately about some future projects. Is there any future projects?
I would love to talk about future projects.
Yeah, let's do that.
So the next one after this is going to be a shark anthology.
I love it already.
I'm producing it. I'm doing one segment called Fog Machine Shark. It's about a shark that comes out of the fog from fog machines and kills people. So there's tons of places where you're not safe, realistically. But like I said, I'm doing one segment. Madeline Deering is doing a segment. But all of the segments are both sharks and Halloween, hence the name Sharkoween.
I love it.
I've got Logan Hamby out of Texas is doing one. I've got
him and I share the same agent. I love Logan. He's awesome.
Okay. And then I've got Shannon Atkins out of Pennsylvania doing a segment, and I got Jack McCord in Kansas City, Missouri doing a segment.
Hell yeah.
And then after that, my wife will be doing her first feature, which I'll be helping her with because she doesn't know what she's doing either, and I don't want her to go through all the growing pains that I had to.
Right. Well, there's no better teacher than you know.
That one's called Toilet Zombies.
Ah, yes.
And the tagline is it's a take on Dawn of the Dead. It's when there's no more room in the sewer, the dead will shit the earth.
I know I said I wanted to do one of these next ones for sure. So,
and then I think the one you said you wanted to do was Hemogoblin.
Yeah.
About a blood-sucking goblin. That one might actually be a little more serious, but it's still going to be fucking silly as shit.
Well, yeah.
I mean, Stoner Snake was supposed to be a horror movie with some comedic elements, and let's be real, it's a fucking comedy with horror elements.
Which there is nothing wrong with that whatsoever.
Nothing at all.
Because I mean, how many people supported Scary Movie?
Right.
Which is, I mean, those films are absolutely stupid, and everybody knows it. But we love it because it makes us laugh.
Yep. So. Like if you like Airplane, you're gonna like Scary Movie.
Oh, you like my boa, do you?
Yeah.
Clint said that.
He likes your boa.
Well, I just want to remind everybody that, as you know, I released all of my upcoming tour dates. If you want to get a photo with Golimar here, my little buddy, we can do that. We can make that happen. And if you're coming to Gross Fest, you damn sure know that Golimar is coming with us. So,
absolutely. I'm feeling there's going to be a few of them there because there's a few people that have them.
Yeah, exactly right. You'll have to figure out which one is the most fun. Maybe I'll put a little pink on them or something. Maybe give them a mohawk or some shit. I don't know. Nice. But awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate you so much. And I
appreciate you having me on.
And oh man, anytime, any project here at the Underground, we're going to make sure that it gets out to the masses. We're going to promote it. Black Flame Entertainment will promote it as well. And we want to see just how far this can go because, we believe in what you're doing. Love the concepts. They're very creative. And at the end of the day, man, we love to have a good time.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's what these films are all about. Thank you again, everybody in the comments section. You have been badass. I'm sorry I haven't got to as many comments as I wanted to tonight, but nonetheless, they're there. I saw them, and I appreciate you all for that. And as you're getting ready to start your weekend, and there is so much going on. Tomorrow night, I do have the great actor Daniel John coming on, a co-star of mine from the film Grind that's coming out this August. Me in the big demon suit, right where I belong, to be perfectly honest. And of course, if you're ready to sin and sin is in, come Saturday night for the goddamn program. And then, of course, Tracks of the Damned on Sunday to get the metal out, because it's time to rock. And thank you all for being so cool, so awesome. Make sure you keep sharing. Love one another. Believe in each other. Support indie film. And always stay heavy. Oop.
Thank you for joining us on Rebirth Underground. Stay tuned for more from Black Flame Entertainment.